More FPL. Today it's time for my Gameweek 8 preview. In this video, I'll start by briefly reviewing my Gameweek 7 score. I'll then discuss the top 3 transfers in for each position so far this game week and outline my wildcard plans for this week. I'll finish with a brief update for my mini-league. So let's briefly review my Gameweek 7 score. I had another poor week, scoring just 40 points. Captain Cristiano Ronaldo was surprisingly benched and blanked when he came on. Mo Salah got a goal and assist, and there were clean sheets for Robert Sanchez and Ben White, but apart from that, everyone else blanked. Now let's look at the top 3 transfers in so far this week, in each position. So let's talk about goalkeepers, starting with Aaron Ramsdale of Arsenal, who's already gone up in price. It's now 3 clean sheets in 4 matches, and he looks to be the budget goalkeeper of choice, assuming he keeps his place. Arsenal now have 5 good fixtures before facing Liverpool in Gameweek 12. Next is Ederson of Man City. Despite conceding 2 against Liverpool, they've still only conceded 3 goals in 7 matches this season. If you're looking for a premium goalkeeper, it's between him and Edouard Mendy of Chelsea. City have a good next few fixtures and have shown they can keep most teams out. Last is Ben Foster of Watford. Quite simply, he's the only starting 4 million goalkeeper since coming in for Daniel Bachmann in Gameweek 5 and will be a lot of people's backup. Now let's talk about defenders, starting with João Cancelo of Man City, who's already gone up in price. Prone to rotation in previous seasons, he's been an ever-present this season and has 2 attacking returns, where he could maybe have had more. He's probably less nailed than Ruben Diaz, but more attacking. Last is Antonio Rudiger and Cesar Azpilicueta of Chelsea, where Rudiger has already gone up in price. Chelsea, along with Man City, have had the best defence in the league. Rudiger has been ever-present, whereas Asby came off early in one and came on as sub in another. He does have 3 assists to Rudiger's 1 goal and does have more attacking threat in general, especially at right wing-back while Reece James is out. Chelsea have a great next 5 fixtures. Now let's talk about midfielders, starting with Andros Townsend of Everton. It's now 3 goals and 2 assists so far, and he's been fantastic value at 5.5 million. Everton have a decent next 4 fixtures before facing Man City in Gameweek 12. Next is Mo Salah of Liverpool, who's already gone up in price. He's the top scorer in the game by some distance and has been incredibly consistent, returning in all but 1 game, which is great as a captaincy option. In my opinion, he's simply a must-have. Last is Abdoulaye Doucouré of Everton. It's now 2 goals and 4 assists, and he's also been fantastic value at 5.6 million. An Everton midfield double-up isn't that crazy an idea. Finally, let's talk about forwards, starting with Hee Chan Hwang of Wolves. It's now 3 goals in 4 games for the new signing, and he's now started the last 2. Wolves do have good upcoming fixtures. He looks to be the stand-up budget option at 5.5 million, if he keeps his place. Next is Romelu Lukaku of Chelsea. Another blank at the weekend means it's still just 3 goals in 6 matches, but Chelsea have such good upcoming fixtures that he has to be considered for captaincy, particularly Gameweeks 9 to 11. Last is Jamie Vardy of Leicester. It still feels like he's gone under the radar, but it's now 6 goals and 1 assist. He's only just behind Michail Antonio as the second top point-scoring forward and has only blanked twice. Leicester have decent upcoming fixtures too. So now let's talk about my wildcard plans for this game week. I activated it on Saturday, and this is my current draft. I'll discuss which players are pretty locked, which may not be there come Saturday, and who might be instead. There are still plenty of decisions to be made. In goal, I've brought in Ramsdale. Of the budget options, Arsenal do seem to have the best defence, and he's also picked up some save points. The main alternative is David Raya of Brentford. Foster will be my backup. In defence, Trent Alexander-Arnold will be back in my squad if fit, as Liverpool have decent defence and he has so much attacking threat. If not, he would likely become Diaz. I brought in Rudiger last week and he does seem pretty nailed, albeit with limited attacking threat. Marcos Alonso got rotated this week and Chilwell will surely continue to be a factor from now on. I like Cancelo for clean sheets and attacking threat ahead of Diaz. Tino Livramento was already in my squad and is a great budget enabler. White will probably also remain as a good budget option, but I could go to Shane Duffy of Brighton. In midfield is where most changes could be made. Salah is completely locked in. I'm unsure of Diogo Jota's minutes with Roberto Firmino now back, so he may come out. Rafinha will probably come in when he's about to rise in price. Saïd Benrahma will likely go, but not until he needs to, just in case I decide to keep him, as he's risen 0.6 million since I bought him at the start of the season. Emile Smith-Rowe is rising in price and may stay, or I could switch to Bukayo Saka or have both. I do think I want at least one Arsenal mid at those prices with the fixtures. Townsend is rising in price and may stay, or he could become Doucouré or Damari Gray, or Conor Gallagher at Crystal Palace. Up front, Lukaku is locked as a second captaincy option, and also Antonio with the form he's shown and the lack of availability of other mid-priced forwards. I could go two up front, stick with Hwang, or go to Raul Jimenez, Ivan Toney, Alan Armstrong, or Neil Maupay. I'm unsure on formation and could end up with 3-4-3, 4-3-3, 4-4-2 or 3-5-2. I could have Diaz even if Trent is fit. I could go for a 4.5 million midfielder or forward, or Smith-Rowe is at a price where he could be an 8th attacker and come in when anyone gets rotated. What about starting 11 and captaincy? It'll be Livramento and two more on my bench, depending on which formation I end up with. I'll have two main captain options in my new squad, and this week I'll probably be going with Salah, especially given his strong showing this week. He also has a slightly better fixture than Lukaku. I'll post my transfers and final team selection on Twitter once they're done, so follow me at more_FPL for all updates. What are my longer term plans? I'll continue to monitor Antonio around West Ham's Europa League matches, although he does seem to have managed both so far. I'll be monitoring the starts of Rudiger and Cancelo, though I'll have more bench cover than before, so it's not so much of a concern. Midfield will probably be where my transfers are made otherwise, around fixture runs. Finally, let's take a brief look at my mini-league. James Leach moved top with an impressive 61 points. He didn't get a captain return either, but got double-figure hauls from Cesar Azpilicueta and Raul Jimenez, and a goal from Jamie Vardy. Gareth Geddes remains just behind me in third, with a similar squad to mine. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please add your own thoughts and follow-up questions in the comments, and I'll try to get through as many as I can. If you made it to the very end, please destroy the like and subscribe buttons and notification bell to get more FPL.